So I am preparing a meal for my ancestors. Um, as the title suggests, meal prep for the ages. My menu consists of a hamburger, quarter-inch patty with onion, allspice, and jalapenos, roughly 500 calories in total, and a side of eggs that could go on top. Uh, I had two, so 140 calories, give or take. A side of baked potato with sour cream and bacon, 200 calories, probably more, but you know. Um, Corn, like corn on the cob, coated in butter, 606 calories, roughly. Um, Chicken breast with like a chili powder glaze on top, cooked over a fire, something nice like that. And then a sundae to top it off with 500 calories. Um, all of these calorie assumptions came from MyFitnessPal on my phone. Didn't know how to put that into the video, like how to cite it or anything. So why did I pick those for my menu? One would be the spices in the food would kill the bad bacteria in the body or in the food. This follows the antimicrobial hypothesis. I have a wide selection of tastes to help my ancestors not get bored. This would follow the sensory specific satiety. Um, the food is all cooked except for the sundae or the sour cream, like the small stuff like that, because the the food that is cooked will help digestion, won't be all gross, you know, in the body, and you can take all the nutrients out once it's broken down. And the carbs and calories in the food will bring energy to my ancestors, being that they cannot just drive to the store and pick up a burger or something. They have to hunt for it, which you exert a lot of energy doing that. So the antimicrobial hypothesis is essentially that spices in food, when eaten, or even on top, will kill or neutralize the toxins. And countries closer to the equator have a lot more spices because it helps keep foods fresh in warmer climate. And I don't even know where my ancestors originated from, but in France or something, over there it's pretty cold most of the time. And back then the weather fluctuated, and so it could be super cold at times. So the spice would take away the bad stuff that would hurt them, maybe even kill them, because no medicine and all that. Um, so I had jalapenos in my burger. I had allspice. I had chili powder on my chicken breast, which I personally like. So hopefully, the taste buds came through my lineage to me, and hopefully they like that too. Sensory specific satiety. Hope I'm saying that right. Um, so there's a decrease of pleasure in food if there's a great amount of that food. I put beans and rice as an example because this actually happened, where I track, I mean, in the real life, I track my calories and all that, because I'm in a stage where I want to gain weight, gain muscle. And so one night I was down on my like like carbohydrate count, so I had 1 cup of brown rice and then a half a cup of beans, and I was like, oh, that'll be fine. I could just bust it out, go to the gym, whatever. But then once it got to my plate, it was half or even 3/4 of the plate, and I was eating away at it, and I even had a chicken breast with it. So I ate some of the beans, some of the rice, then ate the chicken breast. And I came back to the beans and rice, it was still half the plate, and I just got so bored with it, I just ended up throwing it out. So it's a real world example. Um, and all the foods that I put on my menu had a wide variety of taste, from the spices from the jalapenos or the allspice or even the chili powder to the sweetness of the sundae. Hopefully they would have put chocolate or something, strawberry sauce. The butter in the corn would help a savory aspect of it, and then the juices from the meats with all the spices involved with that will be that's my favorite part of eating burgers, is the juice that comes with it. Brings a whole lot of flavor, mixes things up. So I mean, everything on my plate, there was no one specific like, like my mistake, 2 or 1 cup of rice. Like there wasn't that much. It was, pretty easy for each thing. They could down in one sitting, like a dinner or something. Dinner with their a date with their little old caveman friends. Um, so the adaptiveness of the food, all the food I made, um, they could have, I mean, realistically, like sought out and made, except for the Sunday. Like, I mean, I could have put like pizza, or I could have put M&Ms, or lollipops or something like that. But I don't think cavemen had. I mean, I know for a fact cavemen didn't have like the like, I don't think, rationale to make that. So I mean, everything I made was realistically possible for them. Again, except for the Sunday. Don't know what kind of sugary treats they ate. Um, the spices may have been tough, just based on location. But I mean, there could have been spices over there they could have found. But the beef could have came from a yak or a cow, something like that. Chicken breast, I mean, chicken breast, but it could came from a bird. Um, bigger bird than a chicken would probably be better for the protein. Uh, corn, probably could have grown their own corn. Grow potatoes again, and then could kill a pig or an animal like that for the bacon. For the baked potato, that would be nice. And I didn't put this, but like cheeses or creams, or uh, milk a cow. They probably, I don't know if they knew how to milk cows. I don't know, but could have figured it out. So it was very realistic in sense of the access. They could have gone out for a hunt and knocked out a few cow, chicken, went to their little stash of corn they were growing, potatoes, and kill a pig or something like that. um, I had like, I mean, this wasn't really like defined in like the instructions, but realistically, the carbs and calories would be pretty important. Like you could throw out like, I don't know, like a bag of Doritos in the menu. It has a lot of calories, but the carbs are just awful. I mean, you wouldn't get not enough fiber to like keep you full. So I mean, you could put Doritos, you could put milkshake, you could put all those foods which are like, I mean, they have high calories, but like the carbohydrates that you need for the energy throughout the day, it's kind of hard to add those back up. So all the foods I had a lot of carbohydrates and calories. Like the potato would be important with the starches and the protein of the meat. Um, the carbs, I mean, it has a taste benefit to it, but also the spices along with it add another punch, keep the body fresh, help prepare a lot of energy, or stored up energy. Um, so like the main aspect of this I was trying to hint out was I put a lot of spices into my foods. Um, again, kill the bacteria. The cook like aspect of like the baked potato, even like the video shown in the slides, the raw potato, like it was like super chunky, and all the like essential like vitamins, minerals from the potato didn't get um, sent out through the body as productively as like the cooked potato. And like, so everything was cooked, so there was no risk of like salmonella or anything like that. And then to help it out even more, there was the spices. The spices kill the germs or bacteria that could possibly be in the bodies, because there wasn't like ovens or anything back then that could adequately like stop uh, like the bacteria in the system getting them sick. And if they got sick, odds are they probably died, because there was no medicine again. And yeah, it was just, and then the variety was pretty straightforward. I didn't have like 15 burgers or eat a pound of eggs, something ridiculous like that. It was pretty spread out, so hopefully they wouldn't have been bored with it. And the Sunday, just like add another kick, like in there was an episode of Man versus Food that I watched one time where the challenge was to drink or eat whatever